and welcome back to the Finish Line, proudly sponsored by Hollywood Bet, the home of the money back specials. It's here at Cheltenham November meeting. I'm so fucking excited.
So am I. I don't know where to look.
That's just just too many screens.
So many screens. You should see this place now, Tom. There's screens everywhere.
There's nowhere to look. Camera, screen, shine, screen.
Shine. I feel like I'm looking up all the time, and then I realize that that's.
I'm so used to looking at the laptop.
It doesn't look good, so I just have to look in.
Oh, what don't you know, Dave?
Sorry.
Well, Tom, what's the crack? How are you? How was London?
It was good. It was all right. It was tiring. Good time at a family christening over there. And I was meant to be there all this week, but I decided to come home. So
you can explain to our adoring fans why you're not going to Cheltenham now. So
I know
yours.
This didn't dawn on me that they're like, I was like, Shona's not running. I'm not staying here for a week just to go to Cheltenham. I'm going home. And I decided this in a taxi after a very late night out on Saturday. So on Sunday morning, I booked my flight while in a taxi at about 10 a.m. after about 5 hours sleep. And didn't realize until the following day when I went to check in for my flight that I'd actually booked a flight for the following Monday. So then had to change my flight again. So my return flight from London cost €250 in the end. So that is karma for thinking I would come home and not go to Cheltenham. And yeah, I have actually had a couple of people message me and say, like, you know, oh, you're all going to Cheltenham. And I was like, oh, actually, I'm not. So I do feel a little bit bad.
I would just like to point out that Dave,
long list,
Columbus there beside me,
fuck you,
and Magellan on the other screen. Magellan took maybe 2 or 3 minutes taking the piss out of me because I couldn't organize stuff. But Magellan's not even going to be at Cheltenham. So guess who's the fucking Egypt now?
I made a complete screw. You should have seen my face when I realized I'd booked the week after. Oh, it was not good. No, it's
who last first. What is that? I don't know. I don't
think that's it, but I know what
that's
you mean.
not it though.
He who laughs last. He who laughs last laughs the loudest. Is it?
Yeah,
that
I think
could
that's
be it. That sounds better. Yeah.
But me and Dave are going. We care about the fans. We're going either way.
The fans don't want to see me, lads. Come on, let's face it. I'm the boring old bastard who sits in his bedroom every week.
You're the youngest of the three of us.
It doesn't make any sense that you're the youngest.
I still don't get this.
Somebody guessed my age on Saturday night and decided I was 46.
That person is correct.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
Our survey says ding, 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 ding. We should ask 100 people how old Tom is. Do a family fortune kind of thing.
You know, Tom is, you know what it reminds me of when we play Guess the Age with Tom. You know, in Bad Boys.
We just made up a game.
Guess the Age. Do you know in Bad Boys 2 when Reggie comes to the door? You're at least 30 and he's 15. You know that? Yeah. Oh, we can't say the word before he says you're at least 30.
Where's your passport?
Yeah.
Oh,
did you ever see that, Tom?
No.
What?
You've never seen Bad Boys 2?
I have. I just don't remember that part of it.
When Reggie
you clearly didn't pay attention to Bad Boys 2, so.
He must have been otherwise occupied on that scene.
Bad Boys 2 must have been on a date night, was it, Tom?
No, I did go to see James Bond on a date night the other night, though, and that is very, very good.
Yeah, I don't really like James Bond anymore.
It's good.
I used to love the original ones with, like, them older fellas. Yeah, that fella. And what's the other fella?
Himself.
Pierce Brosnan, and there was another fella.
I was never a fan of Pierce Brosnan.
I didn't mind Pierce Brosnan.
Anyway, enough about 007. Wouldn't it be just great if 007 was running in the race? It would be such a good bloody transition.
I have a great name for your next horse, Tom. Next Pimlico horse. Unnamed. Unnamed Sageburg filly.
Oh, yes.
Big Gordo.
Who would not shock me if it's in that little bit of news that you sent in today.
Jesus Christ.
Moving on swiftly.
Moving on very swiftly.
I did not say anything, just a little. That's all I said.
Yeah, you should name the horse Big Gordo.
We'd have to send it to him then, though, surely. Doesn't make much sense in sending it to Henry then.
Yeah.
And that's not happening.
No, well, you could send it to Henry just to annoy Gordo.
You know, the other horses that have like all the writing, like all the letters together, but when you read it out, it like spells out something, but it's not in separate words.
So you're going to have Big Gordo in one.
No, you can have Why is Envy wearing Bob's coat as another one.
Or you could have a whole string of, oh God, why did Envy fall? Why does Envy wearing Bob's old coat? Why is Envy covered in muck?
That picture on Twitter I did not get the other day. Like, everybody loves Roy Allen, and here he is in a hand-me-down coat, covered in muck.
It was a bad picture. Well, not bad. Yeah, he looked very sad and mucky and sad.
Well, I'm in the Roy Allen camp anyway. I changed.
Change man, Dave.
Yeah.
Until he falls in the Gold Cup.
Yeah, he could hurt me twice. I'm giving him the opportunity to really hurt me now, aren't I?
Yeah. And you can't afford getting your heart hurt again.
No, I usually don't give people second chances.
Give me like 70.
I can't get rid of you.
I can get fucking rid of you. Heart attack. You can't
An episode of Friends where you try and phase someone out. It didn't work.
No. Oh, anyway. Cheltenham. 6-7 minutes in. We're starting now. Friday. 3 days of the Cheltenham November meeting, which is always fan-fucking-tastic. We're going to start off with...
Is that the name of it? Mucking brilliant.
The PR team is fantastic.
Fucking yes.
What was the one they had the last day? I want to go for a pint, but if I got my COVID third handicap.
Oh, yeah.
That has to be the best name of it, right?
Oh, you text that in. I was like, that can't be real. It is actually real.
You could even hear Jerry Hannon giggling away as he said it.
Oh, stop.
Anyway, 2 mile handicap chase to kick off our preview. We have Stolen Silver in a 3-1, Magic Saint a 10-3, Editor Dougie, I'm going to go with
Editor Dougie
7-1, Cap Otoy 9-2, and 10-1, Bigger Arrest. David, Stolen Silver back-to-back wins at Cheltenham. Take your time.
Yes, I would say so. The Magic Saint, I never get him.
I don't get that shit.
For a long time, he looked like he didn't act around Cheltenham, and then he won one day when you least expected it. But
I think he just acts like a dick.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one. They're all much of a muchness, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I would Moon Over Germany now is a horse that you followed over a cliff, and he fell off the cliff, climbed back up, and didn't get up to the top, and you followed him over again a second time.
I'll probably follow him again because it'll be like last week all over again.
He's a new trainer. His form wouldn't give him a chance to win, but years and years ago, he was actually
decent.
A decent horse.
I had learned my lesson about a horse like this that I follow for a long time with York Hill when he won a 66 at Doncaster.
Yeah.
Learned my lesson, and I'm glad I did because I backed Kashari last week.
Sometimes all they need is a change of scenery, and they might have 1 or 2 good runs. So,
look, he probably has
I would not think he's the worst.
He has no hope in hell.
No, I would not think he's
Stolen Silver's his performance at Cheltenham the last time was very good, jumped very well, won by 11 lengths. He won that off 136. He's up to 140 now. So look, he has to improve again to win this, but he's getting a lot of weight off Magic Saint. Editor in the Geet. He will be my idea of the danger, but Stolen Silver for me, and yeah, I'm just going to have to back Moon Over Germany out of 5 rounds, something just for the crack. But Stolen Silver is the main selection. Tom, what about you? Where are you looking at with this one?
I am another little bit of a cliff horse for me. Bundoran. Tom George isn't in fantastic form, but he has had a winner and a few placed. So it's not horrific. He's had his run at Warwick, which he's done before, and then come on for that run. Really good form around Cheltenham. Is now down to a sensible mark of 140. He's had a wind up. He needs to bounce back, but there's enough there for me. Like if you have a look at, he's had 3 runs since he ran in the Peterborough Chase that was ran at Cheltenham last year, and he is down 16 pounds from there. He was only beaten 22 lengths in that. That wasn't a bad run at all. I'd give him a little squeak.
Perfecto. Now we move on to 240 SSS Super Allies Novice Chase. 3-runner race. 2 of them being Irish. My Drogo is 4-11 on. Gin Online is 3s. And Fancy Foundations is 15-2. This is kind of the start of England's problem with
It's poor showing, isn't it, for a race of
a
its
3-runner race and the 2 of them being Irish. Look, I know my Drogo's in it, but he hasn't jumped the fence in public yet. Why the hell wouldn't you go at it? Tom, your thoughts on this?
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen. My Drogo is going to go out and win, and he's going to get quotes for every feckin' novice chase going at the festival.
Favourite and everything.
Yeah, they're going to say what a performance this was. Group 1, Grade 1 winner over hurdles. Goes and batters 2 Irish horses. One thing you should note, my Drogo goes weight off both of the Irish horses. Fancy Foundations has to give him £8, and Gin on Lime, who's a mare, has to give him £1. So if you can't go and beat these, then, it would be a massive back step for him. So, look, I think he'll win, and I think that's what will happen. And, look, if you do fancy my Drogo for any races at Cheltenham, I'd maybe have a little look at the market before this race, because they're just going to overreact because it's at Cheltenham especially. So
exactly. Same thoughts?
Yeah, he should win, but I was talking to you. He's definitely, his form is good.
He's probably the best English horse.
Yeah, you just haven't seen him jump a fence. I said to you the start, going taking odds on prices about novice chasers on their first time over fences is a very poor record. And Gin on Lime with Rachel on, Rachel rides the track so well. I imagine she'll go from the front. I think if you're 7-2, 4-1 on that, it's worth a tenner.
Yeah, look, there's no beating around the bush. Look, my Drogo is by far the best horse in this race. But come Friday, it's going to be a very tactical race. Gin on Line is a front runner. Her attributes are jumping. Unbelievable jumper. So, as Dave said, look, the price of 7-2, 4-1 could be, look, a tenner rate job. And then if my Drogo wins, then my Drogo wins. I think it's a 2-horse race. I don't think Fancy Foundation beats any of these anyway, even on a good day. You're looking at races like this. How tactical are they going to be? This probably the first mile or so will be a crawl at best, I'd say. And then Rachel might pick up the pace and test his jumping then. Because this thing will not touch a twig.
Gin on Lime is a great jumper, and with Rachel, that's what I'm saying. The price intrigues me, and I don't know what happened to her in Galway that day, but Julie turned the form around with Fan the Blues the next time. She battered him, and when she wins by a lot. So it's hard to know how good she is, and the age-old thing, forgive a horse one bad run, and I don't think the Galway run actually was. I think
exactly the thing that was wrong with the Galway run was there was way too much distance between the last at Galway and the finishing line.
If you don't jump well, and a few times over hurdles he didn't, she will put major pressure on him.
But look, probably an okay novice round a jump and wins a farm.
Yeah.
If he's as good as we think he is, and average, not an average, but a decent debut or fences wins the farm. But
Yeah.
we're just looking at as in, look, we know what Gin Online is, and
Well,
the
I'll
price
be
is intriguing.
We'll
As
be
Dave
there
said,
Friday, and I'll be having
7
10,
to 2, 4 to 1 is for a bit of interest.
10 of the
Then if my Jogo goes
pounds.
bolts in, he goes and bolts in.
10 of the pounds on
10
Gin
of the
Online.
finest Queen's dollars.
That's about €2. You know that, yeah?
Shit. So €9 pack. Lovely. Happy days. Right. We move on to the Ballymore Novice Hurdle, aka the trial. We have Janello Bello are 5 to 4, Off Your Rock are 5 to 2, Blazing Cala 11 to 2, Cave Hernando 7s, Current Mood 11s, and 12 to 1. Bigger the rest. Dave, take it away. Oh, I missed one. Damn it.
I was thinking as much.
I forgot to win the cross country chase.
Yeah, I thought we were doing that.
I was going to bring it up later.
Okay, cross country chase. I forgot to put the graphics in, but Cheltenham 255 is the Glenfarclas cross country handicap chase, or 3 miles 6. We have the Grand National second in Balco de Flow and Tom's anti-pose pick for the cross country at the festival at 4 to 1. Diesel Dalier at 6s. Proud of myself for that one. Talk is cheap at 13 to 2. Back on the lash on the Saturday at 7 to 1. Plan of attack 15 to 2. Potter's Corner 15 to 2. Alpha de Zobo 17 to 2. 10 to 1. Bigger the rest. Tom Balco de Flow has to give a hell of a lot of weight away, but Clash should surely tell in this race.
Yeah, these are always the tricky ones because they're the handicaps, and you have got to give away a lot of weight. That said, I still think he'd go well. Would I back him? I don't know. It is a lot of weight.
The rest of them are Balco, though.
Yeah, the rest of them aren't fantastic, some of them. So I'd keep an eye out for Freewheeling Dylan. I'd give him a little shout. Would be the type of horse to go and run well, I'd imagine. Former Irish Grand National winner. He stays. The other one, and I'll vomit if this wins, is Diesel Dahlia, because we actually bid on him earlier in the year when he was potentially for sale in France. So yeah, you can bet your bottom dollar he's going to go and win now. He lost his form a little bit over in France, but he's a prolific cross country winner over there. Has come over to Cheltenham before and has won at Cheltenham, and has then gone on and been fourth at the festival. If I was going to have a bet in this, he would probably be it, to be honest, at 6 to 1.
Where are you going?
Freewheeling Dylan for me.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's the type of horse that should enjoy it. He'll be out in front and jumps well. Has won an Irish National. It's hard to know what kind of if horses take to this, but he would seem to be the type of horse that would to me. He's a front runner. He should be out in front enjoying himself, and stays the distance. I respect Balco de Flow, but he's carrying a lot of weight, and you just don't know what he's going to do from race to race.
Look, the way I was looking at this, I went through it a few times, and I kept going back to Balco de Flow. Look, he's a good 12 pounds clear on rating on anything else. He has to give at least a stone away to everything. He's had a run under his belt, which over hurdles, which had to blown away the cobwebs. So race fitness is not an issue. He ran at the festival in the cross country, if I'm not mistaken, and I think he unseated. Yeah. But he was going really well at that stage. Look, yes, it's a lot of weight to give away, but I think he turns up in his A games. He beats all these. I can see him doing an Uncle Junior kind of style win that he done at Punchestown, carrying a shitload of weight. I think it was 12-2 or something he carried around. I just think he has the class. And I think if it was a case of him just there to get used to the place, I think they'd be claiming off him. I don't think Rachel will be riding him. So I think the fact that Rachel is on him, I think bodes well for his chances. And look, his official rating is 161, which is miles clear of the rest of him. So I think if he turns up in A form, I think he beats a lot of these. The rest of these are just puck.
Yeah.
On his form of, look, he's second in the Grand National. He was unseated in around Cheltenham last season. but he was going unbelievably well. He learned a lot from that. As I always say, they will learn as they go around these places, and he's race fit. He's had a race before this.
I'm
expecting a huge run out of him.
I'm waiting. The old Volcano there is out for an old get fit run after his hurdle run. Wait till you see him at Warwick again, then quids in. Warwick specialist. Check his form.
Okay. Now we're moving on to this one. All right, read out all this. Dave, we are now on the 3:30 on Friday.
Have no idea.
We are going to be at least drunk by then.
I literally have no idea. I said it I think 2 weeks ago. Charles Burns sending horses over. That would probably sway me to back Blazing Cal. And he beat a big Gordo horse that went on to win the bumper. One of them Moran colours horses, you know, they're
I've seen it, yeah.
Gringo something or other. Gringo. Yeah, he's probably crap. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be backing the nickel horses at 5-4. If he wins, he wins. Fair play to him. I prefer to back something at a bigger price.
Tom, what about you?
I actually found it very hard to get away from the Nichols horse. I thought he was really, really impressive the last day at Aintree. Had good form in a listed bumper as well at Newbury behind that Good Risk Good All horse. Nichols is absolutely flying. Off your Rocco, yeah, it's fine, but it's just summer form to me. He's also got to give Gelino Bello £5. Blazing Cal as well. The form of that Galway Maiden Hurdle isn't very good. Now, I know he won very well, but the form isn't fantastic, I don't think. I'll just be honest, I thought the Nichols horse just go and win.
Yeah, I watched his performance back and it was very good. Look, there's no getting away how good that was. I keep looking at current mood though for Evan Williams. He's 12-1. He's 2 for 2 from since he joined him, and he's won his maiden hurdle and his novice by 14 lengths and then by 3 lengths readily. I think he's overpriced at 12-1. He's one now. I'll be having a bit of each way dabble on in this. I don't, as Tom said, off your rocker. I think it's summer form. It's the typical summer form that's going to fall apart this time of season. Blazing Cattle, much of muchness. I don't know much about Dan Skelton's horse, and I just think current mood, the way he's been winning, a horse that's in form like this for a new trainer, I think he might be the one to follow in. Yeah, he ran the 16th of October and then the 4th of November, so he is well and truly on the up. Look, he has a lot to. If you're looking at performance-wise, he's a lot to find with Paul Nichols' horse, but I think 12-1 is way too big for him. So I'll have a little pop on him. Right, we are moving on to Saturday and the 1:40, the November Novice Chase, Grade 2 over 2 miles. We have third time lucky in a 1-2 on. Dancing on my own at 4-1. Mick Pastor 6s. Captain Tomcat at 8s. Sebastopol at 14s and 20-1. Excuse me, bigger the rest. Third time lucky has to bolt up in this again to cement his reputation as one of the best English novice chasers. Dave, would that be fair to say?
Yeah, if he jumps and travels and does what he does the last time, he'll definitely win.
Mm-hmm.
But
what's again? Odds on.
I don't know.
Take on odds on. It's a bit short.
It's hard to know what to run.
I'd go with a bit of Captain Tomcat to follow him home.
I like that horse. He won the other day again, didn't he? He's a good horse.
He jumps out to his left a lot, so going back around this way, I think he'll suit him a lot more.
He's a bit of a battler.
Look, not in any stretch of the imagination do I think he's going to get anywhere near third time lucky. I just think 1-2, he can win if he wants. Look at the betting without markers or the forecast to follow him home. So Captain Tomcat is the one I'll be looking at. He beat Mick Pastor the last day. Mick Pastor gets sick when he comes off the bridle.
He's useless.
All his wins. Look, his last few wins have been good, but once Captain Tomcat galloped him into the ground, he yacked. And when he sees that hill, then he'll go as well.
It's poor enough race again.
Yeah, but look, Captain Tomcat to follow him home, I think. Tom?
What, the third time lucky is probably about 8 or 9 to 1 or something for the Arkle, is he?
I think he's even shorter.
I guarantee you he'll win this and he'll be favourite. Watch.
He will.
Oh, it'll make
Because
me
none of the
sick.
Irish horses run you.
And it's terrible. Like dancing on my own would not be.
He get lapped
And
on the
mixed
gallops
pa-
out in Henry's.
Mick Pastor would not be 48 lengths close to Fernie Hollow over fences.
No.
I'd appreciate it. Do you know what I mean?
None of
Probably
them would.
148 lengths.
That's been generous.
But sure, look, we'll have an old bet on the Irish horses and we'll make money then.
True.
Tom knows, no?
Tom knows.
He's laughing because
Yeah.
he knows it's true.
Look, I just thought
Almost.
third time lucky would just go and win this, to be honest. And I have no idea who chase him home because whatever I pick, it'll come third. So either don't have a bet in it, go to the bar while this is on, or do what I'm doing and probably.
I would like to see third time lucky. Now. He's a nice horse.
Just how we just have a pint and stand in the stands.
Yeah,
and
he's a
watch
nice horse. He is.
He is.
Young Thomas will definitely be having one of the distance specials on this one.
8 lengths a moored. Ease down 7 lengths. Right, where to next? We are off to the Paddy Power Gold Cup, one of the great races of the season. So we have Protectriact at 5 to 1, Laylar at 6s, Al Dancer at 7 to 1, Midnight Shadow 8s, Caribbean Boy at 9s, Cool Cody at 12s, Zanza at 12s, Galahad Quest 12s, Man of the Mountain 14s, Simply the Yak at 14s, and 16 to 1 bigger the rest. Which one of you is putting them up?
I'm going to, and I will give it large. I will give it proper go on B if this thing gets up.
Yeah, we won't hear you though, because you won't be at Cheltenham, so it's all good.
It's gonna take you a while to go over this, guys, isn't it?
Oh, for what?
Silence. Me not going to Cheltenham.
Just ruined our day.
How it was I
Got
forgot
a man coming up planning. Oh, we're going to do this in Birmingham on Friday. We're going to go here. We're going to go there. Lads, we're not going to Cheltenham.
The worst bit about it was I forgot to put it in the group. I thought I'd put it in the group, and I'd forgotten to put it in the group until I actually got home. And I was like, "That's okay, mate."
Anyway,
Not good. It's not good. Anyway, this is a great race, though, isn't it? This is really this would warm you up for the season. There's any one of about 6 or 7, I think, could win this. And the market kind of suggests that, being 11 to do the field. Simply the bets is interesting, as well as Lawler, because they've both moved to Paul Nichols. I'm gonna just stick with Simply the bets. Ran well in this the last day on his last start, and he looked like he was going to get absolutely tanked, and then he ran on again. He has gone very well at Cheltenham. He didn't run again after that that season. He's got a good record, fresh. Harry Cobden looks like he's probably had the choice and chosen Lawler, but Simply the Bets has got Bryony on him. Has plenty of weight, but 16 to 1 is a fair price. Lawler's the other one I'm going to put up. Has got loads of great Cheltenham form. Has gone from Kaylee Woolacott to Paul Nichols. Is off 149, which he can definitely be competitive off. Has been competitive off that at Cheltenham in January 2020. Has gone okay when fresh before, and I think the two of those, and the fact that he's coming here with the two of them, they're obvious targets for them, but I think they'd have proper chances.
Mr. O'Keefe, where are we going?
There's loads of horses in this that I like, but then I find problems with them and can't back them.
Like your woman.
I'm surprised Tom didn't mention Caribbean. Yeah. I'm surprised.
A lot of them have problems.
I'm surprised Tom didn't mention Caribbean Boy. From what I can see with him, it's first time out in the season to back him. So I do give him a chance. And Hendo.
He just went backwards so much last year, Dave.
Big. To be fair, Darryl gave him a right good shout in his stable tour going through all the horses. He said the same about Good Boy Bobby.
He
the Twist and Davis horse. He said he didn't show them what they think he is last season. He kept making mistakes, and he won very well first time out. So he was dead on the money about him. I give him a shout. I just can't back Layla. He just finds a way to lose, and I know he's gone to
so many times.
He's gone to Nichols, but I still think he's too high in the weights. The Midnight Shadow thing, I don't get. He's a bogey of a horse. If he wins, he wins. The two I like, I do like the favourite. I think Protector has genuine grade 1 form. It's the right trip. Should get a lovely toe into the race. Whatever you say about Dan and Harry Skelton, their horses jump really well. You're going to need to jump in this. And he'll travel very well. His form at Aintree with behind or in front of Hitman is pretty good. And the one I said on Sunday, Galahad Quest, Nick Williams' horse, he always kind of unearths.
He's a bridal bastard.
He always unearths now decent horse here and there. And
see him behind Goodbye Bobby. Oh,
yeah,
what a dickhead he was.
I think that was a lovely run.
It was, but
he actually looked like he was going to beat Goodbye Bobby, and he dropped away. He has the fitness. Already had a run. I think he's a really good bet. But there's obviously people are on at bigger prices, and it's a much better bet than. But he's still 12-14 to 1, so I think he's a good shout.
Look, I think the obvious one, and the one, as you said, with by far to me the best form in the race is Protectorate.
Yeah.
Look, he's 11 stone 10. He's 11 stone 10 on his back for a reason. 11 to 2. I still think, or 11 to 2, 5 to 1 is a fair price, to be honest. I don't get.
I went through a lot of them, and there's a lot of horses I do.
Did I cut
like
across you? Sorry,
there's a lot of horses I like in this, but Tom put up simply the bets. He's carrying the same amount of weight as Protectorate. I think Protectorate is way better form than simply the bets.
I think he's just a way better horse.
Yeah.
I just on later, I don't get it at all. I'll dance, or I won't, as you say, back him with counterfeit money. Midnight Shadow, what the fuck's why is he 10 to 1? Caribbean Boys, one I'm interested in, as Dave said, one that runs very well first time up. Will be having a little dabble on him. Cool Cody, I think he won this last year, if I'm not mistaken.
He did.
Zanza would have a chance if he jumps a hell of a lot better. Needs to jump a lot better. His jumping is terrible. One at bigger prices, none. I just think Protectorate is he has a right profile. Second season novice. Good horses usually run this race. To me, he's by far the best horse in the race, and I think they will get compensation for Chamblou. I think they'll win this.
This race and the Hennessy or the Ladbroke now, like I've said it every year on the podcast, there's generally a decent horse in it. And I was very disappointed last year because Cool Cody's no grade 1 horse. The one that I could see going on to maybe the Ryanair later in the year and running in that, and admit he probably won't win it, is Protectorate. He's the one that would more than likely be the grade 1 horse to come out of this.
Yeah.
Not simply bets, no.
No. Simply the pits, Tom. I told you.
I don't know why you're so against Lawler, though, lads. Like, his form is there in the book. Like, he was beating a short head off 149 at Cheltenham, and then he was beating 3/4 of a length off 153 at Cheltenham for Cayley Woolacott. He's gone well when fresh before. He's gone to Nichols, who was absolutely flying. I don't know what there isn't to like, really.
His form isn't that good. His form's not that good.
I might have liked it at 20 to 1. I don't like it at 5 to 1.
He's beaten by.
And I'll make
Ranger beaten. Sapage beaten. He's pulled up behind Happy Go Lucky. He was pulled up behind Court of the King. That was not appealing to me whatsoever. Yeah, he's gone to Nichols. He's probably had to have 6 operations on wind.
Yeah, I've made some nice money off Lawler, but it was at Aintree. If it was an Aintree, I'd think, yeah, I'm okay with that. But I think he's only won one race around Cheltenham. It was a 5-runner Novice Chase, if I'm correct, and he bet like Dynamite Dollars or something like that. To me, he always finds a way to lose in one of these handicaps. He comes 3rd and 4th and 2nd, but I want him to come first, Tom. I want number 1 by his name.
He beat Dynamite Dollars, and then Dynamite Dollars beat him by
12
minutes the last time.
Sure, he was nearly favoured for the Arkle after winning that, I'm sure. And then, look, he was pulled up in the Arkle.
Pulled up in the Arkle 13 to 2. Then he was 24 lengths behind Arnauer, 16 lengths behind Jenica. Beating Shorthead behind Old Grangewood, 3 1/4 lengths behind Cepage, pulled up Happy Go Lucky, pulled up behind Court of the King. 6 to 1, like where's that coming out of? I really don't get it.
To me,
because Harry's is on him.
He can be very ground dependent as well.
And he's gone to Paul Nicholas. I get Protectorat. Protectorat is the novice, you know, and if there's one in this that's going to go on and be a Ryanair horse, it's him.
You know what they say, Tom, when it says, if it looks like a duck, smells like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's usually a duck. They say the same thing about dogs, Tom, or bad horses. I don't care if it's gone to Paul Nichols, Jesus, or someone in between. He still has P and P beside his name, and that's not for Paul Nichols trains me. It's for pulled up because I'm shite.
And I just go on the third beating a short head off 149 and the third beating a 3/4 length off 153.
I'm not talking about what he did in 2004, Tom. What have you done to me lately?
That was literally like
2 years ago.
Last year? 2 years
ago.
No,
it wasn't last year.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
He was running the Arkle that Duke Ginevra won. He's the worst Arkle winner ever. He couldn't even win that race.
It was on the 1st of January. He ran off. No, sorry, the 25th of January. He ran off 153. He's beating 3/4 of the length behind Cepage. Cepage wouldn't get anywhere near in this race. Protect Jack is going to whoop him. And I would be shocked if he gets anywhere.
I love how you say that. You're just not able to say it.
I'm not able to say it.
Protector. Just call him the Rat.
The winner of the Paddy Power Gold Cup is going to whoop him. Can someone explain to me the Al Answer thing?
Look,
he's always up top of the market.
Layler's form compared to the Rat beating Hitman and the Shunter. I think I'll take the Rat at the same price.
The Al Dancer thing is he's got a really, really good record first time out. He's got a good record at Cheltenham then again. And he's gone to Sam Thomas, who's absolutely flying. He's another one. I wouldn't rule him out at all.
I'd never back him. Something about.
No, I'd never back him, but I wouldn't rule him out. I don't think.
I reckon we get
there's so many you couldn't rule out. You couldn't rule out Cool Cody. You couldn't rule out Caribbean Boy, Al Dancer, Lawler, or Protectorat. And then simply the bets are still alive outsider for me. So there's loads in this, lad.
So after all this, then Aso bolts up at 50 to 1.
No, God, no. I reckon we'll get 7 to 1 on the Rat on Saturday.
I think so.
I think so, yeah. I think they'll back Layla.
There's no way you'll get 7 to 1 on him. I think they'll get stuck into him as the unexposed bonus.
I lost a match bet to you, but you're not even going to Cheltenham, so it don't matter anymore. No, he's not going.
Where are we going to go in
Start
Birmingham?
getting ready for bed. Okay.
Who's telling you that?
My strap. Look.
Wow.
It's very demanding. It's like a woman.
Yeah. I don't listen to it, surprisingly enough.
Anywho, who are we going for in the end? I'm going for
the Rat.
The Rat. How do I say it?
Tom's going for Cepage.
Protectriat. Cepage.
I'm going for Simply the Bets and Laura.
Okay.
Protectorat.
Protectorat.
There you go.
Protectorat. Got it in the end. Listed handicap hurdle. We have. I can't see that. I'm just going to get in front of me. Proshima is in at 7 to 2. We have Ballymilsley at 13 to 2. I'm on a fucking mare. Dragon Bones in at 6s. Kansas City Chief in at 8s. On the blind side, 10s and bigger the rest. Tom, where are you going? Who are you going with? And why are they going to win?
I am going with Dragon Bones. Ran a really, really nice race last time.
What's that? You held that for about 10 seconds. Sorry, Tom. Dragon Bones.
Yeah, has only had 8 runs in her life, has won 5 of them and been second on another occasion, which was last time out at Cheltenham in a decent novice hurdle. Bardenstown lad won, sorry. She came there looking like she was going to absolutely bolt up, and he's just found in his style. It wasn't even her stopping. He just found a bit too much for her. They pulled 10 lengths clear of the rest of them. she's gone up £2. Charlie Todd takes £3 off. She's off 10 stone 8 and back into handicap company, even though it is a listed race. I give her a really, really good chance off 10 stone 8. Really, really good chance. Proshima's a horse I liked, and I liked for Cheltenham last year, but ran a massive race the last day behind Indefatigable, but I don't trust that form as far as I can throw it.
David.
I just think On the Blind Side is too big a price.
I love that horse.
He runs in all these 3 mile grade 2, grade 1 races, and then when he gets dropped down into handicaps or he gets dropped down into listed or grade 3s,
You get some run for your money.
he generally wins. And Nico will be hopping up and down like a yo-yo, like he always does on him coming up the hill. I think he'll give you a right good run for your money. So I think he's a good bet each way.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think I put him up 4 times last year. I think he won 2 of them. I think he won this. Was it this race he won? I think we won this race last year. He beat Miss Milner in it, which is good form right now. He won that off 145. He's £5 higher. I think it's between him and Tom's pick, Dragon Bones. I think that was a good performance against Barnetown Lad, the laziest horse in training.
She worries me though, the way she didn't find a whole lot off the bridle.
Yeah, but that thing just keeps finding.
Yeah, but so does On the Blind Side.
What?
So does On the Blind Side.
I know. I think On the Blind Side, I think the 2 of them are great price if I'm being dead honest about it. I just have a thing for On the Blind Side. I think he's a great old horse. You always you get a good run for your money. I don't think there's going to be a lot between them. He's probably the class horse in it. Nigel Twist and Davis' horse won well the last time, but the horse he beat got absolutely spanked again the other day. Proshima, probably a bit of high in the weights for what she's done. I wouldn't rule out Kansas City Chief as well. He throws in a run just out of nowhere every now and then. But On the Blind Side and the Dragon Bones, I'm finding it hard to split them, but Dragon Bones getting a lot of weight, but On the Blind Side has it in the book and goes well fresh as well. On the Blind Side. That's what I'm going to go with.
Here's one I'll throw out there as well. And this is jocked up, so it looks like it's going to run, and it's 14-1. And it's probably out for a run. Well, not out for a run, I wouldn't imagine, but may need this run is Sporting John. Went to pot last year, but the Philip Hobbs horses were in terrible form. Beat Shan Blue at Sandown.
Still shocks me to this day.
I wouldn't rule him out if he came back to anywhere near his best.
That cost you a treble.
That cost me big time.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Oh, what a dick. Anyway, moving on. 325, the intermediate handicap hurdle. Yeah. So we have Dewsart in at 7-2, Unexpected Party at 6s. Scatman. You left it too long. You left it too long.
I'm a Scatman. Good song.
Big other rest. Where are you going with this one, Dave?
I think Nicky Henderson has this between Dewsart and Captain Morgs. Captain Morgs ran well the last day, looking like a step up and trip. It's probably suit him. But Dewsart's carrying a lot of weight, but he's surely better than all these. He must be, by the way they were talking about him last year.
Yeah, for him to come back after one run, and what did he go off for that grade 1?
2-1 favourite, 7-4.
5-2 for grade 1 Novice Hurdle at the Entry Festival, and he finished third, beaten just over 2 lengths behind Belfast Banter. And he looked as green as grass, stayed on at the end.
He was being pushed along from a mile out, and he still nearly won.
Yeah. I think, look, he's carrying, what is it, 12 stone something? 12-3. Yeah. But look, if he is as good as they think he is.
Nicky said he more than likely a Stayers Hurdle horse in his stable tour. If he has any chance of even placing the Stayers Hurdle, he'll win this.
Yeah, and look, the race at Aintree was 2 mile, half furlong. This is 2.5. I think he's going to suit him down to the ground. He'll come there probably off the bridle down the hill, and I think he just keep finding. I'm really excited to see what he can actually do. And I think 7-2, if you can get it, is a decent price, if I'm being honest.
Go on, make it a 3-way,
Oh, wow.
Tom.
Jeez. Aren't you glad you're not going to Cheltenham now?
Yeah, it's all starting to make sense to the listeners now. I went down the route, right? And if Dusart runs, he's going to take a hell of a lot of beating. I just thought this was a random place to pitch him in a handicap hurdle. He's got 12 stone free if he runs. It just doesn't seem like a Nicky Henderson thing to do, does it? Run him. So I went down the route that he probably wrote run. Scatman is declared for Friday. Scatman won't run. T dropped icy there, Dave. The one I'm going to go for, and I would back him each way anyway if Dusart ran, is Benson of Dr. Richard Newlands. Was very, very progressive last year in a couple of novice hurdles, and then in a won a listed race at Sandown. Went off favourite for the Betfair hurdle and absolutely flew home. Was last basically, and how he finished fourth, I've no idea. So I would put that down to a bit of an experience. The step up in trip, I think, will help as well. And yeah, Benson for me. If well, I'd back him each way anyway. But if Dusart doesn't run, I'd be a lot keener on him.
So not Scatman then.
Dibby.
I had to say it. Oh, brilliant. Right, on to Sunday. We are going to start off with a juice and click and collect handicap chase over 3 mile 3. We have Emperor de Mold 92, Hawks Will 92, Yaki Enki 11-2, Poor Stanley at 6s, Go Another One 13-2, Ranzi de Tai or Telly or Tilly or whatever you want to call him 15-2, 8-1 Big RS. You're putting up this grey yak, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Because he's carrying 10 stone 8. David Pipe is in form. Tom Skoo is on board.
Tom Skoo.
And
You're changing everyone's name.
He's had his pipe opener. See what I did there?
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. You Dave, that's really bad now.
He's had his pipe opener in a handicap hurdle.
You didn't have to say it twice.
Around, I think, Newton Abbot or Market Raisin or somewhere like that. And he is going to do it again, the same as he did last year when I put him up for it last year. And he's a better price.
Not the Tiger.
Huh?
Tiger Roll? No, okay.
No, I love Tiger Roll, but no. Ramsey's the perfect race for him. Did it last year. He ran, was fit, and then came to this race and won it, and he's going to do it again.
Okay. Tom?
I agree with Dave. Yeah. The thing that did it for me was the pipe opener.
Yes! Trained by David Pipe.
I know. I know. Oh, good Jesus Christ.
I love that you just explained that. Yeah, look, I think he looks like he's been targeted at this, doesn't he? He's had his oh God, I've got to say it again. He's just down that alleyway.
I'm highly thinking about not going to Cheltenham now after that.
He's had his pipe opener. He's off £2 lower than when he won this last year, and he's one of those you just kind of know he's going to run that race, don't you? So, yeah, I'll go with Ramsey's the time.
You know he's the winner.
I totally forgot to look at this race. Ramsey the Tay, yeah, that Lou.
Oh, the other one I want to just throw out there was
don't say LeBroy. Please don't say LeBroy.
Achille.
You love him too, Tom. Oh. You do mention him a lot.
Oh, Achille.
Yeah.
He will eventually win.
He'll win eventually. Yeah. Has a good record, fresh. Went really well last year at Warwick and the Classic Chase.
That's that big grey yoke, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's huge.
Might not be soft enough for him, though.
He's one of good to soft. I don't know. I mean, it's Venetia Williams. Everyone says they need soft ground, don't they? But
they generally come to form in the middle of November when it's heavy ground.
Yeah. Has gone well fresh though, and has ran one at Cheltenham as well. So, and you know he's going to stay. So, Achille, I wouldn't rule Achille out either.
What do we make a Tiger running here?
I wouldn't even be surprised if you don't run.
He's not going to run, sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
That's true. That is probably true. Right, moving on to the Schlur.
Just well, you might as well hint on our hint on the main reason I'm not going to Cheltenham anyway is because Shona is not running. Just noticed that Tiger Roll, the English handicapper, has kindly given him £10 from his Irish mark. Just like Shona got £9 after being beaten into 5th in a handicap hurdle last time of 117. They decided that was a £9 rise for going over to Ireland, going over to the UK. So, thank you very much, handicapper. Makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, and denies us a run. So,
Still
thanks very much. It just makes no sense. If she'd won last time, I could say, you could say they had to judge that performance. She got beaten. She came 5th last time, lads, in a handicap. Like, £9 is just ridiculous. If you're eyeing any horses up for Irish horses up for Cheltenham for the festival and for when the handicap's open, don't back them because they are going to get mullered this year. If that is anything to go on, they are going to get absolutely battered. So
I think he's a bit sour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not happy. It's stupid though. It doesn't make any sense. £9 is just ridiculous.
She's not a world beater and she gets slapped at £9.
It's just the fact that she's been beat. Like, it's not like she's a rapid improver that's won her last 4 and they're like, oh, we better stop this thing. Like, it's frustrating.
It's the name that's next to the T. Mr. Henry
as well, yeah. I'd say you're going to see some amount of horses, though, coming over from Ireland in handicaps getting £8, £9, £10.
Sure. If they can't beat us, they have to stop us. Anyway, the Shirls Chase. New Bay Negra, put the kettle on, are 7-4. Polita Slow is 4s. Sky Pirate 92. Ruvi is 13-2. Bundorn is in at 40s. Put the kettle on. Cheltenham. There you go. Easy as that.
Yeah, she's 4 from 4 to track. She's going to be 5 from 5. We said it a couple of times last year. I'd say she's a full stone better horse at Cheltenham. I don't know why or what it is about Cheltenham that, I don't know, just makes her so much better. But yeah, I think put the kettle on wins.
We'll find out when we go to Cheltenham. We could be a stone better. I could be stone heavier coming back. Tom, the kettle, would you win?
Yeah, look, I'd never take her on, especially at Cheltenham. It's going to be a sit back and watch race for me. If I was tempted to have a little bet, it would be to put the kettle on Rouge Vif forecast. Don't rule Rouge Vif out of this, lads. Another one who's gone to Port Nichols. Has a very good record when fresh. Has a good record at Cheltenham as well. I'm not saying he's going to win, but I can imagine people sitting there going, bloody hell, Rouge Vif has run a really big race here. So
it baffles me as well that New Bay Negra is rated higher than Put the Kettle on.
Is he?
Baffles my mind.
That's crazy.
He's 165 and Put the Kettle on as 159.
Yeah, you go explain that to someone who doesn't like know racing or whatever. Go and explain why that horse is rated £6 higher than the other.
The Arkle and Champion Chase winner is rated lower than a horse that beat Altior on the way out.
It's literally rated that on one run. Yeah. One run, and that's it. And then it goes and gets beat next time by Put the Kettle on.
With the kicker. There's a kicker as well. Sky Pirates rated the exact same. Yeah. 159. How in the name of God is that possible?
Now I'm sure they're going to be taking her mare's allowance into that rate, like on that performance, on her performances, but
still though. The Sky Pirate is not £7. Is not near £7. Oh wow, how am I trying to say this? It's not within £7 of Put the Kettle on. No, you
wouldn't think so anyway, would you?
No. Anyway, well, let's put up Sean at £9. Bastards. I think just Put the Kettle on wins. She won it last year, where she didn't look like she was actually enjoying it. Still managed to pull it out. Yeah, I just can't not back her at Cheltenham. I'd leave her alone anywhere else, but Cheltenham I'd have to follow her in. So yeah, put the kettle on. Right, on to the Greatwood Hurdle. No Ordinary Joe 11-2, West Cork 6-1, Adagio 7s, Haddix de Zobo at no price I didn't put in. Advanced Virgo 10s, Tritonic 10s, and Camp Ron 11s, 12-1 bar. Dave.
I looked at the race a few times, and
Good.
I like Adagio. I like his form.
Good.
But he's a 4-year-old, and he's carrying top weight, and that worries me greatly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried to get away from the favourite, but I couldn't. I think Nicky Henderson, hurdler, surely better than the mark he's on, carrying 10 stone 12. I just think if he runs, it was obvious, but I tried to find a way around it. The only one I could think was giving him a race was Adagio, and he's just carrying too much weight for a 4-year-old.
Tom, what are you thinking?
Yeah, it's tricky because you've got. I agree with what Dave's saying now on Adagio. 4-year-old carrying top weight isn't exactly where you want to go, but that form is good, I think. No Ordinary Joe beat a horse called Fire Away. Fire Away is now rated 136 over fences, 122 over hurdles. Beat him well. And you got No Ordinary Joe now on 133. It's hard to tell. I'm sure if Nicky throws him in here, he's going to think he's going to be a 140 plus horse. West Cork is the other one. If they come straight here after such a long break, he's got form with the likes of Mr. Coffee, off 120, 134, down £5 for being off for so long. I think if there's a handicap blot in here, I reckon West Cork could be on.
Yeah, there's one that I like. Well, there's two that I like. One at a bigger price start off with is Gary Moore's Natural History. It was decent on the flat. He had some very good form not last year, but the year before on the flat. He was behind a length and 3/4 behind Yukon Glen, and he beat actually his now stablemate Goshen at Goodwood. Look, you can't fathom up that form, but he also beat Heart and Soul a length and a half. That's good form. His jumping leaves a lot to be desired last season, but Gary Moore's horses are absolutely flying this year. He had a horse in the same colours bolt up the other day who also had similar problems to the jumping, but they seem to fix that, and I'm hoping that they're going to be able to do the same thing with him, because on his flat form, this fella looks chucked in off 125. He's 16-1 now. Don't know if he's going to run. He's 23 in the ballot. Haddix Desobo, another Gary Moore horse. He bolted up the last day. He's in off 128, carrying 10-7. He's a 4-year-old as well. I liked how he done it the last day. There looked to be a hell of a lot more proven left in him. Gets in here off near bottom weight if he does get in. He'd be one that I would be very interested as well. So the two Gary Moore horses. Now, on Adagio, he's such a big horse. I don't think the weight will really. But as you said, the 4-year-old is the thing. 4-year-olds coming into their second season, hurdling is a big thing.
If Adagio wins this off top weight, he's a genuine champion hurdle horse. And I don't think he is.
No, I don't think he's a champion hurdle horse at all. I think he'll be a very decent horse in years to come.
Yeah, I think chasing will be his thing.
Yeah. Top weight is the thing that's putting me off, but when I'm going through it, the two Gary Moore horses, the one I'm really interested in. So, Haddix Desobo and Natural History, the two for me in this.
I was actually going to throw in the other Gary Moore horse. So now that you've named the other two, I might as well just throw him in there. Is Botox Haas. Might think he's been very disappointing, which he has as a whole. If you go back to his Cheltenham runs, he's ran at Cheltenham 4 times. He's won on 2 of those occasions. He was second to All Mankind on another start. His record after a break is fantastic. I know he's ran already. He fell when he went chasing. If they threw him back in here, wouldn't shock me if he ran well. Just really just wouldn't shock me, considering the stable are in such good form.
Yeah.
He's got to bounce back, no doubt, but it wouldn't surprise me if he did at 20-1.
A lot of his horses are bouncing back. A few of them that ran stink last year are starting to hit form. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. Right, Sandown. Cheltenham 330. Supreme Novice Trial. I like to move it.
Move it.
Yeah, good man, Tom. You've let the side down, Dave.
I like to move it.
I like to move it. 2-1. Washington 4s, Carlin Marshall 6s. Sonny Gino at 6s. No Arnie Joe, who's probably going to run the other ways. 8s. And bigger the rest. Tom, I like to move it. I think he'll move a lot faster than the rest of these.
There we go. Segue into that, Andrew. Yeah, he was good the last day, wasn't he? At Cheltenham as well. That backs up that form. The one I'm going to throw in there is the Lorna Fowler horse, and it'll be very interesting to see how this goes, because he's got good enough form in Ireland, but wouldn't be the best of them by a good bit. That form is in behind Echoes in Rain twice, at Fairyhouse in a grade 2, at Punchestown in a grade 1, bolted up then in a Galway Maiden Hurdle. Interesting to see how he goes over here, but some of that form is quite good. Is rated 144. That means he's probably about 125 in Ireland, but yeah, I'd give him a good shout.
Dave?
Same. Lorna Fowler's horse.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was very impressive the last day at Galway. As soon as you shaken up and he kind of got the message, he flew up the hill at Galway. So you can see the Cheltenham Hill suiting him down to the ground. I think he's a right good shout and a good price too. Yeah, I know that they like that I like to move at horse, but his form in front of Trichronic is not good. That's bad form.
Yeah, look, I know what you're saying. He's only beating Tritonic, but he's only going to get better and better.
Trichronic.
He's a good horse. I wouldn't get carried away with what they were saying about him. We always thought he was the next new one. But I think he'll beat these. Washington is interesting, but he's still very, very green. He needs to grow up a bit more. Colonel Mustard is the one that you'd worry about, but I think I like to move it. It'll take some beating in this. So that is that. Last one we are going to touch on. We're going to Punchestown this time. We're going to the grade 1 Morgiana Hurdle, where Echoes of Rain is at even money. Abracadabra Alakazum is in the trees. Sharjah is 7-2. Sadlier 9-2. Stormy Ireland 8. Zanier 10s. Darasso 33-1. Tom, is Echoes of Rain very attractive at even money?
No, in a word. No. Would I? This is a race that I absolutely no chance I'm having a bet in. I'm going to sit down and watch it. Willie Mullins has been, obviously aimed this one here, so it's got to step up on its form. I don't know. Get £7 off the likes of Sharjah and Saudia, who's done very well this summer. So I would much rather back those two at their prices than I would Echoes in Rain at even money. I'll tell you that much.
Mm-hmm. Dave, what are you thinking?
I don't know. It's a hard one. She'd want to be winning well now to be justifying the price and going champion hurdle and all that.
If Stormy Ireland doesn't run, they're going to have a bit of a problem with proper pace. And she pulls like a bitch. She
definitely was better towards the end of the year last year when she was more.
It's not a price I'd want to be going in at.
I wouldn't either. I'd probably go with Santa here, as he has a run under his belt. And he wasn't super impressive or anything, but he was good. Started the season last year. He looked very good.
This race does have a history of throwing up some weird results.
He's fit.
Faheen got beaten this at long odds on.
He's fit. Big Gordo would have him fit as a fiddle. And he's had a run. He really didn't do a whole lot wrong last year, bar he wasn't great in the Triumph. So he's the 1 4-year-old this weekend that I'd actually be with. I think he's a good price.
I have no idea, and that's the God honest truth. You're looking at technically Sharjah has the best form on paper. He's been placed behind Honeysuckle, I think, last 3 times. Beat Aspire Tower 2 lengths at Leopardstown on his first start of the season. If I was to have a bet, I'd go in with Sharjah. Saldier's had a good summer, as Tom said. Abracadabra, Alakazam, he could do a disappearing act through a bloody wing again. Zanny here, I just don't think he's any good. I just think he's a stayer. I don't think he's not any good. It's the wrong word. I don't think he's a 2-miler. I think he needs stepping up and trip big time. Echoes Arena just never took to her. Don't know why. I think
she could very well bolt up.
Oh, she could well bolt up.
She want to be justifying even money anyway.
I think Sharjah form last season is better than the rest of them. If he turns up fresh and well, I think he can give £7 away to Echoes and Rain. I think he's a lot better than if you quantify it. Would Echoes and Rain get that close to Honeysuckle? I don't think she would.
True.
So I think the 7-2 on Sharjah is where I'd be looking at. So that's where I am going with that. Right. So now we are going on to our naps. Next best for the weekend. Who wants to take it away?
My nap is Put the Kettle On.
Okay.
And my next best is The Rat.
The Rat. And I'm going to say it. I went to say it and it just failed once again. Tom, what about you?
My nap is going to be Dragon Bones and the 250 at Cheltenham on Saturday. And my next best is Benson each way in the 325 at Cheltenham, also on Saturday.
Oh Christ, I'm struggling now today with naps. My nap would be Put the Kettle On. My next best, I'd have actually if sorry, no, give me 2 seconds. I just get the race in the Greatwood. If Natural History runs and his jumping improves, I think he's absolutely chucked in. I think he run a huge race. So my nap is Honeysuckle. Jesus Christ. Who did say my nap was?
I don't know.
Put the Kettle On. It was a mare. Put the Kettle On. My next best is Natural History if he runs in the Greatwood Hurdle. Right, and since we done so well last week with our lays, so this is the accumulator for the weekend for anyone that wants to know.
Yours didn't win again, Dave, did it?
Did you?
2 weeks.
Is that 3 in a row?
2.
All 3 of ours went in last week.
Was mine? Oh yeah, I had a non-runner against my odds-on shot though.
Still got beat.
Still won. Yeah.
Oh yeah, still won, should I say? Third time lucky.
No, you know what's very hard this weekend because
I forgot third time lucky as well.
Yeah, that was very good. My Drogo and third time lucky should win. The one of the favourites of Cheltenham I don't think will win is Proshima. It's only about 3-1, like, but I don't think that'll win. I think there's a lot of horses. Thomas after mentioned Dragon Bones a few times. I think there's a lot of horses in that race that'll beat Proshima.
Okay. Tom, what about you?
My one actually isn't favourite, but it's second favourite at 11-4. So I don't mind laying it at that price. It's Off Your Rocco in the 330 at Cheltenham. If Gelino Bello was a bit bigger than 5-4, it would have been my nap. I think he'll win, but I also think you've got a couple of chances from the English horses in behind that to get him beat as well, and he's got to give weight to them. And I just feel it's summer form, so Off Your Rocco 11-4. I think you can get him beat.
Mine's a second favourite as well. I am taking on Layla. I just don't think he's the right profile for this. I think 6-1 is short, is way too short for him. So Layla is my lay of the week. Dave's not happy.
There's so much more this week as well. This weekend,
Punchestown is on, and there's so many good beginner chases.
Punchestown is on, and A Journey with Me is entered at Punchestown.
Bob is entered
so
on
is
Saturday.
Bob.
Is entered on Saturday at 12 o'clock.
Bob's entered. Cool Arcade is entered on Sunday at Cork, the big one.
He kept that one quiet, didn't he?
I knew that. I seen it.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to run yet, but yeah, he'd be our next runner by the look of it. So he should be fun. There's also a race from Limerick on Tuesday, so I don't know.
Are you going to them ones?
I'll go to Cork. Yeah,
of course you will.
I'm actually going to. I'll let you down big time now. Since I'm home, I'm going to a party in Clare on Saturday night, birthday party in Clare. So I'm going to go to Cork on my way home. Then after.
That is miles away from Wexford.
Yeah,
it's easier to go to Cheltenham.
That didn't let me down at all. I dread.
That's like 5
I
hours.
feel bad for you for
That's
the
like 5 hours in the car.
4 hours, easy.
Yeah, it's 3 hours back to Clare, and then it's going to be an hour and a half down to Mallow, and then back to Wexford from Mallow is probably going to be 2 hours.
Wow.
That is, yeah.
That don't make me feel bad one bit.
Cork Racecourse, yeah. It's down Mallow. That's
a long way.
Bad roads too. Enjoy that, Tom.
Yeah, it's a horrible road down to that racecourse.
Awesome. If I was at Cheltenham, I wouldn't have had to have gone.
Yeah, well,
it's your own fault. Anyway.
Can we touch on the drugs thing?
No.
Yeah.
Why? No.
It's like 9:15. I want to go eat.
No, touch on the drugs thing.
I know, just there
I'll sit back.
They're just saying that there was a drugs raid yesterday morning, and in Monastreven in Kildare, and
someone asked me about the Winter League thing. I totally forgot, so I better tell him.
It's off.
No, it's just. But sure, Tom has been busy with what the new job at work as well, so like, I didn't even get to talk to him about it.
Oh, are we doing it?
Yeah, we are, but we'll leave it till we'll start it at the weekend of the Hennessy.
Okay. So it says animal Jesus Christ, animal remedies.
Oh, brilliant.
Animal remedies that are banned for use in racehorses were seized yesterday following a raid on a farm in Kildare. So as the article goes on, it's on RTE for anyone who wants to have a look. They broke the story. It sounds to me like a pre-training yard, because they said it's a yard that has horses in that go to multiple trainers. It's either a pre-training yard or it's a yard, a stud yard where horses go back for a break. So it doesn't sound like it's a licensed trainer's yard. It sounds like a different yard, to be honest. So, but it'd be interesting to see what comes out of that story. And then the other story is there are several really good broodmares being sold tomorrow at Tattersalls, including Magic of Light, Benny de Dieu, and a whole host of other ones that I can't remember. But Benny is being sold tomorrow anyway, so be sure to tune in for that if you can at Tattersalls. It'll be interesting to see how much money she makes.
Right, how much she go for?
How good does she look like now? The fact that she only got bet like half a length and she was coming back at Honeysuckle. Now that Honeysuckle is like a champion hurdler and all the rest.
If I'd put it this way, right? If Apple's Jade was 560 grand or something like that,
she's worth about 8.
Benny's got to make $500,000.
She came close to beating Honeysuckle, like.
Would she beat her?
No, she wouldn't. No.
Can we put this to bed finally?
Not from what we've seen from Honeysuckle now, because she just refuses to lose. Like,
just gives you a chance and takes the piss out of you.
Angry, very angry.
She is a very angry horse.
But yeah, she must be worth a cool $1 million, Tom, is she?
She wouldn't make that much, but she should make $500,000 every bit of it anyway, you'd imagine.
All you need to do is have two egotistic people going head to head and wanting her.
Who would you prefer, her or Apple's Jade?
Oh, Benny, all day long.
Benny, yeah. Especially broodmare size. She's more size and scope about it.
Yeah, she's big. Sure, she's
got a bit of cushion for the pushing.
Well able to jump fences as well, like when she did. So
yeah, I think she might top Apple's Jade.
Was it third she ran in her Clonmel?
Yeah, she ran.
She won the Clonmel, that list of Clonmel.
Yeah,
Chase,
she ran the race in Carlisle over in England as well.
Yeah.
It's not a bad track, that actually, Carlo.
Things they could have done with her.
Yeah, but it's because what's the other one that got injured? Vroom Mager, wasn't it?
Hmm.
No.
There's another one got injured.
Was it not Vroom Mag to replace Annie Power?
Yeah, but there was another one they had for hurdles, and she got injured, so they put Benny back over hurdles that time. She bet Apple's Jade then in the Mayor's Hurdle.
That was a good race.
Then she fell the next year.
He was third in that one.
She fell the next year and then got bet by Honeysuckle.
Benny the Boom.
Benny the Duck.
Just as well on Benny the.
And I'm very mad that happened to Annie Power as well.
Yeah.
Literally the exact same fall, like.
The other ones being sold there of note from Willie's are Salsaretta and Build Me Up Buttercup as well.
Why don't you
build me up,
Buttercup, baby, just to let me down?
And the other one is that Hookup, who was pretty good.
Useless.
Jakob.
She's terrible.
She can't jump.
No.
Worst jumper I've ever seen. This is her. Look. Hurdle. Sorry, Dino.
Yeah, she was very, very bad jumper. He's clearing the decks out, isn't he? Of all the.
You're getting rid of the miss.
He's getting rid of all the mares. Goodbye.
You'd think he'd want to keep like a mare that good. You'd think he'd. Why would you not want to keep her? Like, even if you just kept one or two of them.
You only get one a year out of it, though.
Yeah, but you got one a year coming out of her. As far as I know, he kept Annie Power. She's the
Get the best of the best.
I'd imagine her and Annie Power as your two broodmares.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not keeping Benny now.
Yeah, that is. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
It's not like you don't have the money, like.
Yeah, but if you have Annie Power, though, you're thinking, I'm going to get ridiculous money for this one. He's a businessman at the end of the day.
He is, yes.
Sell the foals, though.
Yeah, but all you need is two bad foals to run shit in the track and then the value drops.
Yeah, no, I'd be keeping Benny now.
So would I.
You just keep it the colour out the back.
Yeah, man, I love Benny.
We're feeding her the cars and the polos.
That day, the Galmoy up in Tyestes day, mother of God.
She just appeared out of a
she
fog.
Battered them that day. Destroyed him.
Swing on the absolute bridle. She was a 3-miler.
Yeah, she was.
She was a 3-miler. She would have bowled it up in the stairs.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is us done for this week. We are back on Sunday at 8 o'clock.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's going to be a bit worse for we are. Well, wait, actually, hold that thought. We'll make up our mind closer to the time. We might not be back. But we're going to Cheltenham Friday and Saturday. If you see us there, come over and say hi, blah, 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 and we'll give you a few losers and so on and so forth. Tom's not going, so it's just me and Dave. We care about you. We're even bringing fans with us. See, that's what we do. We bring fans with us.
Only fans.
Wow. That's a channel you need to get on, though. Really is. Anyway, that is also something we might be back Sunday. Keep an eye on it. This keeps popping up.
I look very tall, don't I?
Huh?
I look very tall.
Yeah, people are going to be shocked to see us.
I'm
like,
not tall
we're
at
like
all.
5 foot nothing.
Yeah.
We're like 5'7", 8.
Gust the wind to blow me over.
It's not left in you. But yeah, if you see us in chat, look, come over and say hi and so on and so forth. Yeah, and we're back Sunday. And if not, we are back Wednesday for another weekend preview. So until then, enjoy the 3 days of Cheltenham, and we'll enjoy the 2. And we will see you on Sunday or Wednesday. But again, enjoy your weekend and best of luck with all your punting this